Today we're going to talk about the muscle up and why you should still come on days that have muscle ups in the workout even if you can't do a muscle up. Because even if you feel like I'm just going to be scaling it, what's the point? There is a lot of movement transferability that will help you with other movements like ring dips, like pull-ups. You actually will improve at those skills by coming in on days that have muscle ups. But then there is actually a practical use of this movement in the real world. And we're heading into summertime right now. One of the main ways that I can think that you actually use that motion is getting out of a pool onto the side of the deck, or the pool deck. If you're hanging on the side, you pull yourself up, you actually press up, and you get into, or you get out of the water doing that. Getting up onto a boat, onto a dock. That is basically that same movement. Maybe you're out hiking or climbing and you need to kind of pop yourself up onto a rock or over a tree or something like that. That is that same sort of movement transfer of getting yourself up and over something on top of it. So having a little bit of skill and practice with this, no, you may not ever actually do a muscle up. Fine. There's still value and some good merit to coming in on days that have muscle ups so that you can work on that movement and that skill. Because who knows, maybe if you actually do work on it and take your time and progress and scale appropriately, you will get a muscle up. So what we're going to talk about today is muscle ups on the low ring. So this is a nice, easy way. No other equipment is required. Your feet are going to be on the ground. All you need is a pair of rings set up about waist height or so. To start, you would have your feet right underneath you, and you just bend straight down and get into what's called a false grip. If you've never heard of it, you're going to put the crook of your wrist on the ring and then grab sort of the side of the ring, point your knuckles in towards each other. You can even touch them together if you want. And then I'm going to pull my chest up to those knuckles, and then I turn over the top and press out. So the way you can modify this, because that, for some of us, that might be plenty difficult right now. Great. Do that. To make it more challenging is you just start with your feet a little further out in front. You can't quite see this all the way in the video, but that's okay. You guys can figure it out. So here I am. I've got my false grip, knuckles together. I'm feet out in front. I'm going to pull these rings into my chest and do that quick transition, which is really a sit-up. Okay, and now I'm right in the bottom of a ring dip. So if you've never done a ring dip, that would be a good place to start. But where I'm catching this is with my shoulders or even my biceps kind of touching the rings there. So again, from this false grip hang position, my butt is on the ground right now resting, and then my feet are slightly out in front. I can just pull my chest into the rings, do that quick sit-up, press to the top of that dip. And you can use your feet to help get to the top. That's not necessarily the point of it to work on that. But if you are kind of getting close to a muscle up, I would recommend once you've turned over, pick your feet up and then press out to build that pressing strength for it. Okay, so that is how you can modify it. Just start with your feet right underneath you, move your feet further out in front to make it more difficult. This will help you. Again, this is a great movement to build upper body strength. It's going to help with some coordination, agility, balance, stuff like that. And then, like I said, it transfers into the real world in ways that you may not expect. So give that a go. Hope to see you at the gym.